So Russell, he had his conviction overturned, which I don't know why it's so funny to me. It's because, okay, this is why it's funny. This man owes his lawyers so much money, right? We still know that he hasn't paid, but now that he's like going to be out of prison and retried, that's a whole new bill for him. Like he's going to have to pay up and then pay more. And that's funny to me. I like that. I think that fits for him.
Both on the federal and state level, Liz, he's going to have to pay because the federal trial now, I can give you guys some insight. As soon as the decision was rendered, I heard from Emily Limehouse, and she was resolute. We're going to be trying this case right after, as soon as possible, which I take to be after the first of the year. It's not, nobody wants a Christmas jury, whether you're the government or the defense or a civil case. So
Russell away from all the holidays. Okay.
Yeah, no, fair. That was a big problem.
we're supposed to take his deposition in 4 days, actually, and it was supposed to be from the prison. And we were going to do a Zoom deposition, and there was a high likelihood that he would take the Fifth Amendment, but we wanted that on video for him to not be able to answer questions, say, I take my Fifth Amendment privilege against incrimination. And in a civil case, you get an adverse jury charge if somebody does that, meaning the judge will charge the jury that there's a presumption that if he did testify, it would be against his own interest. But then we got a notice that this conviction was overturned, and we heard from his attorney who said, now you're most likely going to be able to depose him in person because he's going to be released from prison immediately. It probably happened this weekend, or it would happen on Monday. And the other thing is, we have the Plyler trial set for December 16th. We got notice of that on Friday, so that the civil case of the Plylers against Russell Laffitte goes forward on the 16th. And again, if it goes forward, and I'm sure they're going to try to make a motion to continue, he would have to take the Fifth because we would subpoena him if he didn't show up, but he would. But we would call him as a witness in our case in chief. So those are the developments. They are going forward. And the real good result of this appellate case is not so much that it was reversed, and we were all nervous about it because, it did infringe on possibly his due process rights of not being present with his attorneys when Judge Gergel made the decision to terminate juror number 88. But the most important thing is the Fourth Circuit left intact all of the criminal charges. So they had attacked what he was convicted of. And the Fourth Circuit said they were all proper charges, and they're going to go forward on the retrial. So, look, he's going to get convicted. I can't imagine there's going to be a jury that's going to not convict him from the evidence that we all heard in that trial. But those are the significant developments.
Have you talked to Hannah and Alania? How are they taking this?
We have sent emails with them, and I don't want to get into, their feelings because it's attorney-client privilege, but, they're upset. Nobody who isn't a lawyer wants to go back and testify again, especially how emotional it was, and to hear Alania testify about the betrayal of Russell, when she learned about what he did and how she gave him, her files when she was 18 years old and, charged them for lunch. And then, she never really got all the files and didn't hear from Russell until the feds were breathing down his neck. And then he called her on the phone and, oh, hey, how you doing? It's been 4 years. And all of a sudden he called her to try to, gauge her temperature. But, I'm sure they're really nervous and upset about it.
It's not great that they have to retestify. I don't like that for them, and I hope they all know that we're thinking about them.
Well, that's nice.
In the pink knees.